Hey, what's up, guys? This is Meathead Mikkel from MeatheadGaming.com, and we're about to farm Act 3, Torment 6. You guys are in for a show. This is going to be crazy. We'll probably die a lot, but we'll do one of these runs, and it's pretty awesome. XP is good. I think a lot of people who are on the higher end of gear right now are currently doing Cathedral runs on T6. We're trying to get to the cream of the crop, which is keep depths 2 and Rackus Crossing on T6. This is as good as it gets, and we're probably going to get popped a lot. So this isn't the most efficient run XP wise right now, but you know, it should still be pretty good. And we can do Cathedral 4 on T6 pretty easily. And so this is more of like a proof of concept. I just want to show you guys what group farming on T6 looks like. And we should try to get back together as a group, actually. But with the recent announcement just like a couple hours ago of the 50% buff between now, 50% XP buff, this one right here, between now and ROS release, everyone is going to be going XP crazy. And all of a sudden, Ruby Gems and Hellfire Rings are going to be more valuable again. So I got my Ruby here, I got my Hellfire right here, and check this out, guys. 3,078% XP bonus. Crazy. It's 1666 by 1.7 multiplier. And then some. And this is without pools of reflection, which, you know, I don't even know if we're getting this run. If we don't, it probably won't matter because we'll most likely die, like we did last run. We're going to go through a full run because once you can do this efficiently, and elites are the biggest weak point for us right now, then this route, from all the testing that I've done anyway, is superior in XP. But you got to be able to kill stuff and not die to elites like 5 times. So it's going to take a little bit of gearing, a little bit of luck, and you know, it's going to take a little bit of time, but like I was actually saying the other day on both on Twitch and in my YouTube video, that, you know, within a week's time we'll be farming like 3 T6, and I was wrong in that estimate. It didn't take a week, it took like a day. Okay, my computer's about to freeze, found a legendary, and I'm about to die. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Alright, let's keep track of how many times I die. I think that was the first one. Come on, give me my legendary. We'll figure out what that is, guys. By the way, we're going to talk about, I am recording the amount of XP that we're getting through this. Jeez, look at that thunderstorm damage. And I started this run at 333 mil. I'm at 399 right now already. So I'm going to be able to give you guys an XP per hour number at Torment 6 with a somewhat efficient group. Not really efficient, but you know, we're not wiping completely all the time. We're just, you know, there's a few deaths here and there, but we're surviving it. And T5 actually is becoming a little easy now. If you guys are wondering about my toughness, it's at a mil. Our monk tank is at 2.4. That's what he claims. So you know, you're going to need a decent amount of toughness to be able to do this. I think kind of the conclusion that I'm coming to is anything under mil toughness, you're going to have a lot of trouble at T6. If for no other reason, then because the Thunderstorm affix is going to kill you. It's very difficult to avoid, and you know, it's pretty much impossible not to take like a couple ticks of it. And if your toughness is real low, you're gonna get popped, and you get popped a lot, left and right, all the time. So, but as you can see, guys, we're rolling through it. Torment 6, Act 3. Doing alright. We got a barb for DPS, we got a pull monk. We're trying to maximize on our crowd control to actually be able to do this. And it looks like we're going to be attempting a cursed chest. See how well that works out. But when you concentrate AoE like this with a pull monk or a whirlwind barb, then you can put out a lot of damage in a small area. So let's try this event. Oh, this is going to be a full run, guys. This isn't, depending on how this run goes, this isn't necessarily, you know, proof of like the highest XP per hour that you can get, because with our gear we can probably get more. We'll find out. But we can probably get more XP per hour doing Cathedral 4 T6 runs, but the density is not nearly as good. So maybe not. You know, it's hard to say. But at least we're doing it. So this is about as hard as it gets. I mean, the only thing that's going to be harder than this is going to be T6 Silver Spire, and I don't even want to attempt that. That would definitely be a proof of concept type video, because the mobs that you encounter in there are just, they're silly. So, alright, so we got 4 waves. That's not bad. That's okay. 4 waves on T6, Act 3. Could be worse. Definitely gotta watch out for those Suiciders, because they also hurt a lot. Hey guys, and also check out my other video about this build that I'm doing right now. It's my T6 solo build. I have been able to solo this exact route on T6 by myself, actually using different gear. I'm currently rolling with, I got a tall orb with APOC and Stormcrow that I had with APOC. I can do this with my Mempro and Triumvirate, which gives me like an extra 100k DPS. I'm back down to 275. But from some of the testing I've done so far, the effective DPS ends up being almost the same. And in certain cases, you know, I haven't done enough testing. I've only done about 6 or 8 runs where I've actually like recorded everything and ran the numbers. But in a situation like this, where you just need AoE, I think this is going to work better than just running out of AP all the time. So we're about, well, no, we're not quite cleared. Yeah, there's the pull monk and then a bunch of phrases. Basically the idea here is to use point of no return so you can stun lock mobs. You need CC. Not even so much on the regular mobs, but on elites. So that last one is 548, so I think we're about at 540, say 542 is about the, got a new Paragon Portrait, right? How did I get another Paragon Portrait? Maybe that's leftovers. But anyway, guys, you need to spec for as much crowd control as you can on T6, because elites have so many hit points, it takes so long to kill, and when you run into, as you can see, And when you run into certain elites, it's not going to be possible to really kill them without crowd control. You need to constantly interrupt them. You need to do a lot of things to keep them in check. So there we go, got another elite down. Sorry about this, guys. I am working on building a new system soon. So I know there's some freezes in my videos occasionally. And this is, again, this is another one of those kind of proof of concept videos. I do want to show you guys the amount of XP, especially with this 50% boost, because this right here, 3,000%, is just ridiculous. And this is going to be good until Reaper of Souls comes out. We got the news, I think, like 2 or 3 hours ago, so this is definitely big news. And there's going to be a huge leveling frenzy between now and then for everyone. So as you can see, while I'm, explaining all this, we're still fighting this elite. So their hit points are pretty crazy. I think it's 3. If I'm doing this right, it looks like 350 million is the amount of hit points. That's a lot. It's not quite a billion, but it's a lot of hit points. And it will slow down your run, but it's part of the run. I'm sure there's ways to make this more efficient. You can skip elites and just go for trash mobs. That's not really fun. It's kind of like just doing cursed chest runs, or the mirror quest, or the Belial quest where you have to save the prisoners from the meteors, or the Crypt of the Ancients. All those runs that take about a minute to 2, some of which you don't even have to kill anything. But I don't think Blizzard will even nerf them, because players are going to do that for them. They're boring runs, and you're gonna get to a point pretty quick where you're gonna have to do 100 of those runs just to get 1 level, and nobody's gonna do that. Alright guys, so let's pop over into Rakka's Crossing, and hopefully we don't run into any of the dragons, because if we run into the dragon elites, it's gonna be bad. In general, this is where it gets harder, so we got an elite off the bat. And this is actually not bad. This is actually a pretty easy elite to deal with. The dragon elites are the worst. That's also one of the reasons why, depending on your gear, if you do farm this route, which is keep devs 2 full clear and Rakka's Crossing backwards, don't waste your time on the Fields of Slaughter. You can get decent density there, but you're going to run into a bunch of dragons, and especially dragon elites, and it's going to hurt. It's not going to be time efficient whatsoever. Now, I will briefly go over my gear, hopefully I don't forget at the end of this run. I am using a combination of legacy gear and crafted rares. I haven't actually found anything aside from a new crafted Hellfire, which isn't that great to use. It's really just been some crafted rares plus old gear combinations. I haven't been lucky enough to find something really nice yet that's going to be useful for me, but I will. And I am using, obviously the Taraj's Orb with 10 AP on crit, and the Stormcrow with 10 AP on crit. And those are both nerfed. The AP on crit is definitely nerfed in 2.0 ROS, but it's still going to be valuable and still going to be usable. And the reason for that is because of resource cost reduction. There are a lot more items with resource cost reduction, so even though you may not be getting a broken amount of arcane power back, there's a thunderstorm that kills, by the way. you'll still, so you won't be able to like spam meteors forever and a day. You will be able to spam them enough, and you'll just have to be able to gear up a little bit better to be able to do that. So far so good on the leads here. Last run was our first one, and I decided to record this run, so this is kind of hot off the press, guys. We're going to be doing these as long as we get this group of people together, because there aren't that many people that are geared well enough to do this. But ideally, this is kind of like the run that I personally would like to do between now and the release of ROS, because the XP, and there's also a good legendary drop rate. Doing this every run that I've done as a group T5 and now in T6, so far every single run with full group, at least one legendary has dropped for someone. And that's way more than one per person per hour. Because a lot of times it's several legendaries. Like I already got a legendary. I got this, whatever this is. We'll take a look at it at the end. But yeah, when you get a group together that can just constantly pull like this, you can put out some pretty incredible damage. And also, if they're on the edge and they're hitting my slow time, then they're going to be getting stun locked. By the way, this is another quest you can get for some good XP. You just get someone to run up, run down, and run away, and it's instant XP. I'm just a scout. There you go, 9 mil XP just like that. And keep going. Now, it's not something repeatable. This quest is also pretty good. It gives you, I think, about 10 mil, 11 mil XP, I believe. This is kind of like a light cursed chest. So this is pretty good. It's good XP, and you got mobs running at you the whole time, so it works out pretty well. And just keep killing them. In a way, it's kind of like waves, and not exactly. Yeah. But so this is madness. You guys thought 1.0 Diablo was crazy with crit mass wizards. You haven't seen anything yet. Because this is just a combination of skills. I mean, this is, I don't have a single build altering legendary that's been promised by Blizzard quite yet. I did find an SOJ actually though. Found this baby that when I was solo, because I do need more toughness, I switched to for elites. Definitely helps out a lot. That's going to be a good item to have in your inventory. But there you go, 11 mil XP. So between those two we got 20 mil. Obviously it takes forever, but it's a nice little extra bonus. So we got another elite up here, and I would like to get out of the way before I get popped. God, this damage output is insane, and this is with 1,000,000 toughness, by the way, guys. And the only reason I'm surviving, the only reason I actually survived that is because I do have some lifesteal left over. Alright, I need to get to the bottom. not this, because I'm not going to make it. I might not make it, period, if my computer keeps acting up. I'm just getting popped left and right, huh? This is insane. Look at this, guys. Look at this madness. And I'm so getting popped. How am I not dead? I would say it's my go-to skills, but it's definitely not. This is me getting lucky. Alright, we got him. So this run's gonna be over soon. Takes a while, but this is fun. And this is what I really enjoy about this. Alright, so one of our guys had to go, of course, while I'm recording a video, so, you know, it happens. So again, I'm not going to be able to give you guys an accurate XP per hour number because, you know, this just, well, 2901, we're still at, dropped about 180, 190%, but it's still, you know, like a 10% drop, so it's not too bad. We're still going to rock out the XP, and I think this Enlightenment Shrine is actually going to make up for it. You have 3,300, so him leaving is actually going to make up for it. The new one's done anyway. So, there you go, guys. So let's see how long this run took. Actually, it's at 22 minutes, and we started at, let's see how much XP we started at. The last level was, it's 540, I'd say it's about 542, and I started at 333. So that was 209 mil from last run, and 141 or from last level, and 141 from this one. So we're looking at 350 mil XP gained, right? And that's over, how much did I say? It was 21 minutes, 22 minutes? I don't even remember, but we'll say over 22 minutes. So that's 15 point, that's almost 16 mil per minute, which is 950 mil per hour. So this is, you know, with 4 players and not dying and a little bit more, this is 1 bill per hour. So Act 3, Keep Depths 2, and Rack is Crossing Backwards on Torment 6 with, you know, reasonable consistency is, with this 50% XP boost, going to net you 1 bill XP per hour. No questions asked, and legendaries. Speaking of which, let's see if I got anything useful. I seriously doubt it, but let's find out. Blackguard, okay. It's kind of interesting. Decent damage, but no socket, once again. So, let's see what it actually looks like. Ooh. Well, that's straight out of World of Warcraft. I don't remember what this one's called, but that's straight out of World of Warcraft. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Once again, this is Meathead Mikkel from meatheadgaming.com. Check out the other YouTube video if you want to check out my gear and the build. I'll just pull this up real quick so you guys can look at it, but the other video explains the thought process behind this build. And actually, since I did promise it, I'll just go to this real quick. So these are the items that I'm using for this build, and most of them are legacy, as you can tell, in combination with some crafted items. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and you know, I'm looking forward to doing these runs right here until ROS comes out. So thanks for watching. Check out meatheadgaming.com, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.